From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. In today's non-conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Chargers of the University of New Haven. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst, and this is the McDonald's pregame show. McDonald's, our great scoreboard sponsor here at the College of Staten Island, bringing you pregame coverage each and every CSI Dolphins home game. And Nick, Dolphins come in hot once again. They have won back-to-back games, including a victory just 2 days ago over the College of St. Rose. And last time we saw this Dolphins team here at home, they knocked off regionally ranked St. Michael's College. That earned the Dolphins a spot in the East Region top 10 in NCAA Division II. A great accomplishment for this Dolphins team. They have to be coming into this game against New Haven with a lot of confidence.
Absolutely, Joe. And right now, this Dolphins team is having a great end to 2023, looking to get the good times continuing to roll into 2024. Right now, this Dolphins team is the best we've seen them play since going to D2. They're rolling right now. Even in the games they're losing as of late, very competitive, tight games. And right now they continue to keep the good times going here with this non-conference game against the University of New Haven. All-time series, 3-0 lead for the University of New Haven. First game, I think, was back in the 60s between the two teams. So we'll see if this rivalry really gets going here. Last time they played, obviously, the Dolphins lost. So Dolphins looking for some revenge here this afternoon.
So the data you have goes back even further than the data we have over at CSIDolphins.com. If I'm not mistaken, we had two matchups against New Haven over there.
There was the first matchup was in the 1961-62 season or the 62-63 season. Great job by the University of New Haven. They put that in their articles. That's where I got that from. So kudos to their sports information director who wrote that in there.
I believe Derek is their SID at the University of New Haven. Hopefully I have that correct, but a job well done to him tracking that matchup all the way back in the 1960s. You mentioned the last time these two teams faced off. If I'm not mistaken, that here anyway was during the CSI Tournament of Heroes. That game was played 2 years ago. I think these two teams did meet last year as well, perhaps a couple of years before that Tournament of Heroes matchup. Either way, the Dolphins did not perform well in that game. They are looking for a bounce-back effort here today, and a big driving force behind how far this Dolphins team goes in any game is Messiah Mallory. He is closing in on 1,000 career points.
Messiah Mallory, very, very quietly, a big-time scorer. We know he scores, but he does so many things so great defensively and on the boards and passing that you're a little surprised here he's closing in at 1,000 points already. And there's still plenty more time to go in his career as he's only a junior, but he's been terrific this season, and he's a big reason why they won the last time out, and he's really a big reason why they win every game. Him coupled along with Bryce Waterman really doing the damage offensively for the Dolphins this season.
Well, Nick, during the holiday recess, there were a lot of tasks I had on the agenda. One of them was the Tournament of Heroes record books. Those record books hadn't been updated since 2019.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
That has now changed. The Tournament of Heroes record book, completely up to date, and one man who appears on that record book, Devontre Thomas. He scored 31 points when the Dolphins met the Chargers back in 2021 during the Tournament of Heroes. If I'm not mistaken, that earned him a spot among the top single-point total scorers in Tournament of Heroes history. He appeared in other spots as well, specifically for his performance in that game. Along with the 31 points, he had 10 rebounds in that game. Bryce Waterman had 16 points in that game, but the Chargers held him to 4 of 15 from downtown, an uncharacteristically inefficient performance for Bryce from beyond the arc. We haven't seen that at all this season. Heading into our last broadcast, Bryce was shooting up above 45% from distance. That's a thoroughly impressive number. And entering today's game, he is now up above 46% from distance.
Well, Joe, I spoke to Coach Tibbs about it last time here on the home court because Waterman had that incredible first half with 20 points. And it really comes down to the fact that Bryce, he had an okay season last year. He had the most threes all time for the Dolphins, but he couldn't see. Remember, he had a mask on last year. He had the broken nose. He had the mask. He's able to see clear now, 2020, and he, just like us, we're just seeing the ball going through the basket with ease almost every time he puts the shot up.
Just to correct something I said earlier, it is Daniel who is the SID over at New Haven.
Daniel.
I had
job,
a full
Daniel.
inbox.
You did a great job on your article if you did write it.
So that is the Athletic Communications Associate Director of Athletics over at New Haven. Probably responsible for that data. Nonetheless, Nick, you said it. Bryce Waterman, really great job for the Dolphins this year. He and Messiah Mallory for the Dolphins have really led the way at the offensive end of the floor. They are CSI's 2 leading scorers. Bryce up above 15 points per game now. Not only is he shooting over 46% from downtown, he's shooting almost 49% from the field. Thoroughly impressive shooting numbers for him.
He's got a great shot to break his own record for most three-pointers in a season.
Now, we didn't get to the basketball record books during the holiday recess. I'm not sure that they track three-pointers made individually in the record books. If not, I'll have to go back and compile that information. But those record books far predate my time here at CSI. Nonetheless, Messiah Mallory shooting over 51% from the field and nearly 35% from downtown. In addition to what he does for this team defensively and on the glass, he has shot the ball well from distance, even better from the field.
He had the big three the last game out, which really kind of propelled the Dolphins to victory on Thursday night. And when he's shooting the three, it's scary for the opposition because it's going to be really hard to stop him if he's got everything going.
Mallory, a very tough man to stop. Let's take a look at the overall offensive numbers for the University of New Haven coming into this game. We already mentioned their leading scorer, Devontre Thomas. But for the Chargers, they average about 69 points per game as we had a loose basketball make its way onto the commentary desk. Defensive action taken as that ball was headed straight for my MacBook Pro. We deflected that away. We're all good. But for the Chargers, just shy of 69 points per game. They shoot about 45% from the field, allow 44% shooting to opponents, 35% from distance. That's the same number they allow to the opposition in terms of three-point shooting. On the glass, a net rebounding margin of about -3.5. Perhaps the Dolphins can look to take advantage on the glass. The Dolphins, a team that shoots far better than 35% from three-point range coming into today's game. So something has to give in that regard. We'll see if the Dolphins can match their 36% shooting that they've allowed defensively against the Chargers. CSI comes in shooting nearly 39% from distance this year, a number that has to put other teams on notice entering games against the Dolphins. We'll see how the Chargers fare defensively against CSI today. So with that, we wrap up the McDonald's pregame show, the national anthem about to be played, and the starting lineups introduced from the tank, the Dolphins and Chargers coming up next here on the ECC Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst on the call for this NCAA Division II non-conference matchup between the College of Staten Island and the University of New Haven. Starting lineups are being introduced out on the floor, and I don't believe they passed starting lineups along to us. So, Nick, we will have to consult our live stats for the Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center.
I'll read off
starting lineups.
Well, I got the Dolphins one first here, as they announced that it's pretty similar. You always get the same one. Number 1, Jordan McAllister starting with Aaron Goldstein. J.J. Chestnut, Messiah Mallory, and Bryce Waterman. Of course, the starting five for the Dolphins. You've seen that for most games of the season. Head coach is T.J. Tibbs for New Haven Chargers. Ted Hodling is the head coach, and Hoteling is the head coach. And their starters for them are Keith Warren, and we'll get the rest here as the Dolphins are giving us
yes.
fist pounds, so it's a little tough to go up and down. Number 23 is Tyler St. Furcy. Number 34, you mentioned in the pregame, watch out for his shooting, Devontre Thomas. Number 4 is Jalike King. And number 5 is Joshua Hobson.
And we have tip-off from the tank. Chargers win the tip, and they will possess it first. As New Haven comes in just 3-7, however, they have won back-to-back games. They are also looking for their third straight victory. Dolphins coming off back-to-back non-conference wins, most recently against the College of St. Rose, as the game's first shot is an air ball by St. Furcy.
Dolphins doing very well against the NE10 this season.
That pass was tipped on its way to Chestnut. He brings it in. JJ kicks out to a wide-open Messiah Mallory off the mark from 3. Offensive rebound to Chestnut, and he finds the cutting Mallory for the game's first points.
Well, Chestnut down there boxing out, gets the rebound, leads to an easy basket off the offensive rebound for Mallory going to the hoop.
Feed inside. Fake by Joshua Hobson, and he draws contact as he will head to the line for 2 shots. Dolphins foul charge to Jordan McAllister, his first. Oh! First free throw by Hobson, way too strong. Hobson comes in just 5 of 11 from the free throw line on the season. One of 3 Chargers to start all 10 games for the University of New Haven. He goes 0 of 2, and Chestnut has the rebound. Long pass up the floor, and Mallory throws it down.
Great outlet pass there off the missed free throw attempt, and Mallory slams it home. Got a nice look at that at the next stoppage.
And attacking the rim and finishing strong was Jalike King. McAllister pivots, turns, and hits the floater.
McAllister with that high arcing floater shot there. Very tough to stop.
Chargers work it around the perimeter. King surveys the floor, wants a screen. He gets one. King's pull-up is good.
First points of the game for the Chargers as King knocks down a 2. Or not the first points, but his first points of the game.
Chestnut for Mallory. Mallory puts his back to the basket. Finds Waterman. Corner 3. Short. And rebounded by King as Tyler saves the camera. Job well done by Tyler.
Our engineer, saving the camera there.
Great hands by our engineer, Tyler Clark. That is a job well done.
That is our play of the game. Brought
No
to you
doubt.
by nobody so far. Brought to you by the You Know Right podcast.
All right. Thomas working against McAllister, tries to back in.
Should see if
Kicks it out.
Tyler should see if he can get a replay of him saving the ball. He probably got the bottom of the screen. He got it. We'll take a look at that. We've got to take a look at the Mallory slam dunk as well when we get a chance.
They retrieve the ball from in the tunnel down in the corner of the gym. Chargers will inbound with 9 to shoot. Deep 2 from the corner is short. Offensive rebound goes to Hobson on the miss by King. Hobson goes right at McAllister. St. Fercy faked in the corner, and his floater hits the top of the backboard.
All right, Tyler, let's see some of those. Let's see.
They may have to wait.
They went quick there.
They sure did.
The ref was calling him back, but he let him play.
Heading into the next break, we'll be sure to get a look at the best of the first 4 minutes or so. This is Mallory, and he throws up a tough shot. Can't get it to go. Here come the Chargers up the floor. King asking for a screen once again. Goes the other way. And St. Fercy will try another three. No good. Rebound goes to McAllister. Mallory, top of the arc, finds McAllister on the wing. Jordan backing in. Lost the ball. Here comes Warren. Warren fends off Waterman. Can't finish. The tip won't go off the offensive board. Kick out. And King can't connect from three. Couple of chances there for New Haven. This is Goldstein out to McAllister. Now Mallory back to the basket, working against King. He backs right in, finds Chestnut, and JJ was fouled.
Nice pass by Mallory there. Chestnut gets fouled. We're going to head to a timeout, so we'll see some replays. I definitely want to see that Mallory sign. I got to see Tyler saving the ball in slow-mo, saving the camera. What a first half. Two great plays.
A very eventful first 4 minutes and 5 seconds from the tank as you get a look at that Messiah Mallory two-handed slam. And now for the replay.
Slow it down, Tyler. Slow it down.
For the replay that saved us about $300. He sped it up.
Well, you get a look at his quick cat-like reflexes there.
Here's another look.
Ball gets popped in the air, and Tyler! What a catch. What a stop. That's the best play you'll see all this weekend.
An emphatic swat, saving us about $300.
Big block
on our camcorder. Though we could have billed it to Messiah Mallory. He swatted that
better
ball
blocking
over here.
there by Tyler than the New York Jets offensive line.
Well, there is no blocking by the
Exactly.
Jets offensive line, so it's not hard to be better. But we'll stay right here through the remainder of this media timeout. Dolphins lead it 6-4 with 15:55 to go in the first half. Nick, what has stood out to you these first 4 minutes plus?
Well, right now, things are kind of slowing down the last minute and a half here, 2 minutes. Dolphins came out strong, and what stood out to me is that Mallory is the focal point so far here on the offense, taking shots, getting the assists, or the passes and whatnot. So we'll see what the Chargers are able to do, who their big scorer is going to be here. King had a nice shot, of course, and not too much sloppy play early on here, which is a good thing.
Chestnut at the line for two shots. And the first is good. JJ on the season, a 71% free throw shooter. He goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Dolphins continuing to utilize that full court pressure we've seen from them much of the year. Never make it easy for the opponent to get the ball across the timeline. King uses the screen by Hobson and kicks out. Warren for three. No good. And a foul is called underneath. I think Mallory is going to pick up the personal. And he will. Hobson goes right at Mallory. And the hook shot is way short. Chestnut has the rebound. Perhaps Hobson looking to get Mallory to pick up his second foul as Aaron Goldstein knocks down the corner three.
Who's that kid in the corner? It's Aaron Goldstein knocking down the three in transition. Not an easy shot, but he made it look easy.
Freshman continuing to average in double figures for this Dolphins team, about 10.5 points per game. That's Thomas. Too strong off back iron, and Waterman has the rebound. Goldstein off the head fake, dribbled over the baseline. King kicks out. Open man in the corner is Warren, and he knocks down the three.
Great feed there, and a nice finish by Warren on the three.
They call that a two-pointer. Now, you and I spoke about it, Nick. Our chairs are different
Very
than the
low.
normal chairs.
We got our monitor blocking
We are very
us.
low. We cannot see that corner. So it's a deep two by Keith Warren, and the score is 11-6 Staten Island.
First substitutions of the game here for the Dolphins as McAllister and Mallory have sit down. Clancy comes in along with Oyukanme. Adelaide.
Chargers have it, trailing by 5. King feeds inside for Thomas. Chestnut all over him. Thomas, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Clancy. Goldstein up top for Waterman. Bryce finds Clancy in the corner. And Clancy kicks it back out. Dolphins will get reset. Oyukanme back out to Chestnut. 10 to shoot. JJ kicks out. Oyukanme for 3. Too strong. Clancy has the rebound and the putback.
Clancy muscling up there, the one-handed rebound into the putback, and 2 points for the Dolphins.
Clancy with a seamless transition from snatching that board to putting the ball back up and in. Dolphins lead it by 7. Warren crosses over and will try another 3, and he buries it.
Warren is heating up right now. And 2 big threes for him, accounting for most of his team's points.
Warren off to a nice start as the Dolphins answer right back with a 3. Chris Clancy from beyond the arc.
Well, Clancy, that's what he does usually every game, Joe. He's getting at least 9 points beyond the arc. 3 right there.
Clancy had a couple of 3s back-to-back in CSI's last game against the College of St. Rose. Those were big shots.
5 points here in a minute for him, making his impact on the court.
And Warren rattles in another. He's hit his last 3.
No answers for Warren right now for the Dolphins.
Warren right now keeping the Chargers offense afloat. Chestnut out to Goldstein. Deep three-pointer, too strong. And a whistle underneath for a loose ball foul against Warren. That will be the second team foul for the Chargers. And the Dolphins will make a pair of substitutions.
Shamar Laddie into the game, along with Michael Oyukanme. Joe, I don't know if we've seen Laddie and Goldstein at the same time this season. Interesting, 2 point guards.
Shot fake by Clancy. His three-pointer a bit strong. And it's rebounded by King. But back to your point, the Dolphins typically haven't had 2 point guards out there at the same time. Both Laddie and Goldstein run the point when they are in there. And then if neither is in there, we see J.J. Chestnut get reps running the point as well. The Dolphins have a lot of very versatile players. But we've seen it. Goldstein's certainly capable of playing off the ball, as Laddie's finger roll won't go, but it was tipped out of bounds by the Chargers, and it will stay Dolphins basketball. CSI will possess it on the other side of this media timeout. 11:52 to go in the first half. Dolphins lead it 16-12. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we are back from the tank, where the Dolphins lead it by 4, 11:52 on the clock in this first half. The Dolphins with 5 bench players out there on the floor now as Aaron Goldstein gets the call back to the bench following the media timeout. Luis Armas checks in. Both Armas and Michael Oyekanmi have gotten sporadic minutes this season. Armas got some minutes in CSI's last home game. I don't believe Oyekanmi did. This is Clancy over to Adelaide Oyekanmi. CSI now with 5 to shoot. Clancy well beyond the arc. And did he get it up? I'm not sure, but it won't matter, as that's an air ball and a shot clock violation.
Not what the Dolphins drew up out of the break, that's for sure.
Chargers trail by 4. They trailed by as many as 7 in this opening quarter. Thomas, clear lane to the basket. And a good contest by Oyekanmi, but Thomas finishes.
Just a nice job there by Thomas, finishing strong at the rim.
That was a good defensive rotation by Oyekanmi, but Thomas with better offense. And the Chargers are now within 2. Oyekanmi picks up his dribble, had the ball poked away, keeps it, and the turnaround jumper won't go. And once again, the Chargers can't corral the rebound, and it will stay Dolphins basketball.
Yeah, Michael Oyekanmi was all over the Chargers there who were trying to get the rebound, but he forced them to poke it out of bounds. Mallory and Waterman back in the game now.
Clancy hands off to Laddie. Mallory, top of the arc, surveys the floor and gives it up to Armas. Armas left open and throws up an air ball. Dolphins have gone cold a bit these last few minutes. Their last basket came about 2.5 minutes ago.
Chargers have a chance to tie it or take the lead here.
Chargers in the midst of a 5-0 run right now. This is King to the rim. Can't finish over Mallory, who contested it well. Laddie for Waterman. Bryce backing in, has a size advantage. Finds a wide open Armas, and the 3 rattles out.
Good luck, though. The bench appreciates that. Good ball movement, getting that open shot.
That shot no good by Ethan Simon. Laddie, strong pass to Clancy, who fakes, drives, and kicks out. Laddie left open. No good off the back rim, and Mallory has the rebound. Clancy, kick out for Armas, who looks to drive. He tries a pull-up, and that is too strong.
A lot of strong shots right now on both sides, not falling.
That's a nice feed inside, and an easy 2 for Therese Morse.
Great feed by St. Fiercy.
That shot was about to get rejected, but a good feed allows the Chargers to tie up the score with an easy 2 points. Dolphins head coach TJ Tibbs beside himself right now, pacing from sideline to sideline. He does not look happy. And we head to a short break with CSI and New Haven tied at 16. we are back from the tank. Dolphins and Chargers tied at 16, 7-0 run for New Haven over the last 4 minutes. Messiah Mallory hoping to bring an end to that. Instead kicks out to Clancy. Clancy drives the baseline and is forced to send it out to Chestnut. And with 6 to shoot, Mallory hits the tough scoop layup.
Good pass and a really nice finish. Tough finish there.
J.J. Chestnut is then whistled for a foul following the inbound as the Dolphins look to pressure. That's Chestnut's first, team's fourth. Not many fouls called early in this game. St. Fercy up top for Morse. Right back to St. Fercy in the corner, but he stepped on the sideline. Turnover for the Chargers, gives it right back to the Dolphins. McAllister lost his footing and threw it away. Here come the Chargers, and that's an easy 2 for Jojo Lingisi-Ombano.
All tied up at 18.
Waterman on the wing, tries the 3. No good. And Chestnut has the offensive rebound and the putback.
JJ doing a really nice job on the glass today.
Dolphins have demonstrated great hustle going for offensive rebounds in this game. They have not given up after the first shot attempt, and that's resulted in a couple of easy baskets. And a travel is called as St. Fercy took an extra step, and that will send us to immediate timeout inside of 7.5 minutes to play in this first half. Our score, Staten Island 20, New Haven 18.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead the University of New Haven by a score of 20-18. It will be CSI basketball off the Chargers' turnover ahead of that last break. This is Waterman, well beyond the arc on the wing. Wanted Chestnut on the alley-oop, and instead JJ will bring it back outside. Have to wonder if that was diagrammed off the timeout. McAllister was doubled. Feeds it inside to Mallory. Mallory's turnaround hook shot rattles out, and it's rebounded by St. Fercy. Morse hands it right back to St. Fercy. Now on the drive, Simon kicks out. Lingisi-Ombano drives baseline and was fouled. That basket will not count. It will be the 5th Dolphins team foul. And it's charged to Jordan McAllister.
Dolphins foul number 1, Jordan McAllister, the second, team's 5th.
4 New Haven starters make it all 5 back into the game. 4 of the 5 that were not in the game, to be exact. St. Fercy stays on the floor. Thomas picks up his dribble and kicks out to King with 10 on the shot clock. King with great speed to the rim, but turns it over on the way in. This is Waterman. Defended closely, gives it up to Goldstein. Inside of 20 on the shot clock. Waterman almost lost it. Now McAllister with 10 to shoot. Jordan steps back and tries a 3. No good off the back rim. Waterman has the offensive rebound, and he can't connect from distance. J.J. Chestnut with another offensive rebound, can't score. And the Chargers finally have it.
Dolphins having a lot of trouble right now making baskets.
Deep 3 by Warren. Too strong. And rebounded by Mallory. It is deathly silent in the tank right now. You could hear every word coming from T.J. Tibbs over on the Dolphins bench.
Wow, he's clearly not happy.
Waterman on the floater, and he knocks it down. We've seen Bryce adding that shot to his repertoire, utilizing it more and more. As teams continue to try and run him off the three-point line, he's taken advantage in the mid-range with that runner.
Absolutely, and he's done a nice job the last 4 or 5 games with that shot.
Ironically, that was our game day image today. Bryce taking one of those running jump shots against St. Michael's. That shot did go in. This is King to the rim. No good. As he tried to attack Mallory, and for a guard, that's a tough thing to do, going right at Messiah. And timeout has been called by New Haven. So we head to break with 4:49 on the clock in this first half. Very low scoring half, as we're going to stay right here, and they're going to check that last play. So perhaps they might need the help of our second screen. We'll see.
Well, Tyler seems confident that he has it, and you're taking a look at it right now on your screen to see if Mallory's feet were set, which I don't think they were.
Well, with that, we will not take a break, and we'll stay right here.
Nice job by Tyler on his first day on the job, and he's able to get the replay and save the camera. Nice first half for Tyler Clark today.
He's earning what will be a part of his first paycheck. Tyler was our broadcasting intern for the first half of the basketball season. He has now been elevated to paid game day staff member. So technically, this is his first paid work. That's Thomas. We'll replay that anyway, but the officials emphatically signaling no shot. The Dolphins inbound quickly. And that pass from Mallory just a bit off the mark. We'll get one more look at that last shot right here.
Dolphins just going super quick right there after shot clock violation. And a super quick look here. You see the shot.
We'll have to slow that down. Our replay is coming in fast and furious today.
He's keeping pace with the Dolphins, who are going quick off the inbound.
Dolphins have looked to work quickly off of their inbounds passes. Very low scoring half, just 40 points between the two teams as we approach 4 minutes to play. That layup won't go, but off the offensive rebound, Hobson misses as well. That looked like an easy 2 coming for the Chargers. I was about to say they added 2 points there as McAllister was blocked and Warren has the rebound. Thomas nearly turned it over. Chargers will keep possession, and mercifully for the stats desk.
Mercifully for no-nonsense Nito
We're headed
and
to immediate
no-nonsense
timeout.
Nick Pavona.
That is a no-nonsense stats desk. I'm looking over there. They're not calling for me, but we head to break. Dolphins lead it 22-18, 3:55 to go, first half.
Cobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the tank. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Dolphins' lead is 4 points. Chargers have never led in this game. We were briefly tied at 16 as Warren draws the foul. Dolphins now with 16 fouls. .20 to shoot for New Haven off the inbound. Kick out up top. And King gets it right back. 8 to shoot. King to the rim. And he's fouled.
A lot of missed shots in this first half. Dolphins,
2 teams, 17 of 52.
Not ideal. A lot of missed shots in total here. And the three-pointers, not great either. 2 of 13 for the Dolphins, 2 of 10 for New Haven.
Very uncharacteristically poor outside shooting for the Dolphins in this game. Turnovers favor the Chargers, who have 4. CSI has 6. In terms of scoring, Messiah Mallory leads CSI with 6. Keith Warren leads New Haven with 8. For CSI, J.J. Chestnut on triple-double watch. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Both Chestnut and Jordan McAllister have 2 personal fouls, so that's something to keep an eye on as well.
Well, J.J., of course, would love to get the triple-double, but far way to go at this point.
This is Goldstein inside of 20 to shoot. Mallory thought about the 3. He'll try it. Splash.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, Joe. Mallory's been shooting the 3 a lot more this season. We know Coach Tibbs wanted him to do that.
Inbound was nearly stolen by Clancy. And the Dolphins do a good job to get back. The bench loves it. This is King well beyond the arc as the shot clock ticks down toward 10. King has it back, defended by Goldstein. Thomas thought about the 3. 4 to shoot. Warren steps back, gives it up, and Thomas will not get a shot off. TJ Tibbs and the bench loving it.
Messiah Mallory getting an emphatic high five from Coach Tibbs, who then hugs Chris Clancy, who's coming to inbound the ball. Not sure I've ever seen anything quite like that before, Jay.
How quickly the mood has changed over there on the CSI bench. We've never gotten a greeting like that.
Well, we'll see. Maybe Tibbs will greet us like that at halftime for the interview.
It's normally a very stoic TJ Tibbs during halftime, as Clancy is too strong on the 3. Oyekanmi with the rebound, can't finish on the putback, but Mallory has another Dolphins offensive board. Waterman out to Mallory for 3. Splash!
Well, Messiah's feeling it now. Another three-pointer for him. Doubling his point total here in his last 2 shots. And we keep saying it. If Messiah Mallory's going to knock down threes, it's going to be really tough to stop him. And he'll be getting to 1,000 career points a lot quicker.
And that was a hard fall. That followed a whistle for an offensive foul.
And who drew the charge? Messiah Mallory.
He's done a great job of that as well this year. So I mentioned during the pregame, Messiah Mallory closing in on 1,000 career points. He entered the day with 931.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it, but on the road. I don't think he's going to be able to do it here in the tank.
We'll take a look at the schedule, of course. We would love for Messiah to reach that milestone here
I think
at
there's
home.
only one home game until the 20th. So
He would need back-to-back huge games to do it here at home. As Goldstein rattles in another Dolphins three.
Goldstein with the three now, and the Dolphins quickly here in the last 2 minutes heating up, and the energy on the bench has changed dramatically.
Dolphins on a 9-0 run. And that's a big basket from the corner for Ethan Simon. Now, his name is spelled Simon on the roster, but I'm not sure I've ever heard that as a last name. Not on the pronunciation guide.
I think it's Simmons. It's
Could
like
be.
Simmons, but no S, as Waterman knocks down a two.
Well, either way, Ethan knocks down a big corner three. Bryce Waterman answers with a quick two, and the Dolphins are back in front by double figures. Under a minute to play in this first half. St. Fercy to the rim. Lefty layup is good.
Good job by St. Fercy there to quiet things down in the tank.
Well, the way the Dolphins had erupted offensively and the way they were playing defensively, firing up their bench in this crowd, New Haven really needed to steady the ship in the last minute. And those last couple of baskets certainly have helped them. As the Chargers did have a couple of fouls to give.
Dolphins now can hold for the last shot with the shot clock off.
CSI will send Luis Armas into the game. Blake
Armas
Wilson
in
to the
for
bench.
Wilson. Obviously, Armas more of the offensive threat, of course, from three-point range. Clancy, Goldstein, Armas, and Waterman, the four big three-point shooters in there with Messiah Mallory, who's been the big three-point shooter today.
10 seconds to go in the half. Goldstein is fouled. That's the last foul to give for New Haven. Armas will inbound for CSI with 8.1 to go in the half. Goldstein wanted Mallory on the entry pass. It's stolen. Up the floor to Simon. Well beyond the arc. He banks it in. And that is how the first half will end. That cuts the Dolphins' lead to 5. Our score heading into the half. CSI 33, New Haven 28. The TLC Physical Therapy halftime report with men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs coming up.
All right, we're here courtside with Coach Tibbs for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. Coach, the team had a week off, had a practice, long bus ride. You have a game 2 days ago, bus ride again. But I know you, no excuses. What are you hoping is improved upon in the second half?
So happy holidays to you and your family. Hope your little one had a great one.
Thank you.
Proud of the way my guys are responding. It's so hard to be off for 7 days, have one practice and a play, but we're here in this game with the defending regional champions. 2 years ago, they won the NE10. They are, with all respect, because Teddy is one of the best coaches in the region, they are the best 3-7 team that you will ever see. They're going to be a really good team this year. We know how good they are. And, you know, Teddy totally just outcoached me at the end of that half, so that shows you how good that their team is. But I'm proud of my guys. I got to be better for my guys. I got to figure it out. If I got to be the one to bring some extra energy today, then that's what I got to do.
All right, Coach. Messiah Mallory, all of a sudden in the last few weeks, I know you've been preaching this to him for 3 years now. Shoot the three, shoot the three. He's knocking them down. What have you seen here from him as of late with the confidence shooting the three-point?
I don't know. He's got to go back to Albany more often and go home and shoot, I guess. I don't know. We got to have him dorm from Albany, something like that. Whatever Mom and Mimi is feeding him or whatever, we got to send that down here, express package. He's just, you know, he's in the shooting slump early. We know how good he can shoot. I want him to shoot 15 a game, and it's good to see it go down, but he's got to do the other things.
All right, Coach, best luck in the second half. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Happy New Year. Before we leave, man, very important, our grades just came out. We got 7 guys above a 3.5. We have 1 with a 4.0. We have 11 over 3.0, 11 out of 15 guys. We have 14 out of 15 guys over 2.75. We want to get that 15 out of 15 over 3.0, but I'm very proud of these guys. We have a team GPA of about 3.2. I'm not a math major. I did economics here, so that didn't do me any justice with that. But we're about 3.2. The official numbers will come out, but that is the most important thing that we do in the program. I'm super proud of the guys. I'm super proud of the freshmen, the newcomers. We got guys in grad school. Messiah Mallory graduated this semester, 3.5 years of college. I'm super proud of him, and we got guys obviously graduating in the spring naturally, but super proud of these guys. I'll catch up with you.
All right, very well said, Coach. Congratulations to the team on a great semester. Joe, back over to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Nick, and thank you to men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs for joining us. And I'm not sure I ever had a 4.0 during a semester. I had pretty good GPA. I think I was a 3.72 during my 4 years as a student here at CSI, but
well, Joe,
impressive.
as someone who's had a few 4.0s, I just want to say good job by the team and congratulations to Messiah, who I guess is now going to be a graduate student.
Sure looks that way, as I know the team expects.
We didn't even get to give you a
Messiah
senior day
back
speech
year.
from Messiah Mallory today.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be his graduate speech, though. Bryce Waterman's going to get a senior day speech this year as well, as he is another graduate student on this men's basketball roster. So it's great to see them achieving in the classroom. Right now, they have worked to a 5-point lead through the first 20 minutes in this non-conference matchup against the University of New Haven. When we come back, more from this NCAA Division II non-conference matchup from the Tank.
Basketball has a special place in my heart because of the experiences it has given me and the purpose I have found along the way. Basketball taught me that success doesn't require perfection. Rather, I should pursue excellence in everything that I do. Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment. I've learned to welcome mistakes and not only accept adversity, but embrace it. It has the unique effect of eliciting talents in someone which would have otherwise lain dormant. It is something that builds character, an element that is essential to a player's growth and development. You sometimes wonder if all the mornings and late nights are really worth it. Then you look to your left and right, and you see your teammates beside you, and you know you're not alone. And it's comforting. When you're part of a team, there's a special joy in playing for something bigger than yourself. Basketball taught me how to embrace a community. Like music, it brings people together. When you make contributions to your team, your program, it's a rewarding feeling knowing the impact you have on the larger community when you observe how much it inspires the people around you.
Dear basketball, I was only a few months old when I took my first photograph with a ball in my lap. From that moment on, you never left me. Growing up in a small village in upstate New York, 2 miles from the Canadian border, you were my constant go-to for fun and entertainment. No matter if there was 3 feet of snow or the sun was scorching hot, I always found a way to be with you as you brought me so much joy. As a child, you always had a way of bringing the neighborhood kids together. Every day we would find our way to the circular paved patio I had in my yard with an 8-foot rim nailed to a tree. It wasn't the classiest court to play on, but it worked for us, and it's where my passion for you began. Little did I know you would take my friends and family on a journey of a lifetime. It was from you where I learned to be brave, courageous, and adventurous, that if I stuck with it through my moments of failure, disappointment, and heartache, I could achieve anything I put my mind to. Like attending Duke University on a full scholarship where I was able to surround myself in greatness both in the classroom and on the court. It is here where I truly learned how to step out of my comfort zone and discover what I was made of, refusing to let my insecurities and fears hold me back. Gail Gestencourse and her incredible staff, along with my teammates, gave me a family away from home that I could have never dreamt of as a little girl. The ACC championships, the NCAA tournaments, including the national championship game in 1999, cannot match the friendships and relationships I developed because of basketball. See, I find it to be the relationships that we develop through our sports participation that are in fact the most meaningful and memorable. Basketball, you have given me a life team that I can never repay you for. You have supplied me with a platform that allows me to give back, to inspire, motivate, encourage individuals to go after their passions, to push through their failures and be fearless in stepping out of their comfort zones. It was because of you I was able to start my first company with co-founder Colleen Healy from UConn Women's Basketball called Orca Leadership. Orca standing for opportunity, resilience, contribution, and accountability. All 4 pillars we learned from playing your game. Even further, we were able to start up our own academy called Beyond the Game Academy, helping athletes across the country reach their dreams. I could have never imagined this life, and I have you to thank. Thank you, basketball.
The opportunities that basketball provided for me has been crazy. Being able to travel all over the world, to even a different country, just being able to meet so many different people and build so many different relationships has definitely just opened so many doors for me.
Opportunities that basketball has provided me, just to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places, around the world and also around the country. Is just, a great experience to make me a more well-rounded person.
Just being able to learn from my teammates, learning really what sacrifice is about, learning about hard work, just being a part of a team, having that support group, having somebody that's there to support you no matter what. It's been great.
Basketball has given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just traveling and coming here, this is special. And we went to Spain over the summer, and I had never been out the country before that, so it was special. And obviously, just giving me a free education. I mean, it's a big thing, and I'm glad basketball has been able to do it for me.
It's provided a lot of opportunities, provided me to get a college degree, travel places that I never thought I would travel to, and just meet new people.
I'd say basketball has just provided me with a variety of opportunities. I mean, just the connections that I made in the Purdue community, and kind of just growing as a player and as a person has. I'm definitely blessed and grateful to have all these opportunities.
Dear basketball, since I was a kid, you have always been a way for me to clear my mind of everything going on in life and just have fun playing and competing. You led me to seeing you where I've become a part of a close-knit basketball family. You've let me build a relationship with my brothers that not many people get to experience, and these relationships have been able to grow and will certainly last a lifetime. You have taught me that this sport is more than getting the best stats or winning the most games, but it's about enjoying the experience, making a difference in the community, and always competing at my highest level. Through great leadership from Coach K and other coaches, you have given me top-of-the-line resources to learn not only about the game, but about life and being a man of integrity and humility. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for you, and I am forever grateful for the lessons you have taught me and the memories that I will have for the rest of my life.
College basketball has provided me with a platform to not only have fun on the court and be around some amazing teammates, but also kind of supplement academics with just another side of the Notre Dame experience, because sports are such an important part of the tradition there, and being a part of the Notre Dame sports tradition in any way is just an incredible honor. It's amazing. I mean, just being here all week, there's just so much recognition for such an amazing sport and such amazing teams that are here, and to be a part of that in any small way is just incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here. just the value of determination, perseverance, and self-confidence in getting where you want to go in life. I've definitely learned a lot being around a team of such strong, inspiring women, and I can only hope to emulate their talent on the basketball court and other parts of my life. I'm a computer science major in Notre Dame's College of Engineering, and I was really drawn to it because I've always kind of loved math and science, and it's a really fun way to apply problem-solving skills to different situations, especially in today's day and age where technology is becoming such an integral part of society. Just figuring out different ways I can contribute to that. I'm really excited to see where it'll take me in the future. I mean, I think just the general mindset of approaching something from how can I solve this in not only the best way but the most efficient way, because there's a big emphasis on that in a lot of my classes, and just kind of seeing how the sports world and the academic world can overlap, even with just the GPS things that we wear during practice to keep track of how hard we're working. Just the technology behind that is super interesting to me also. When I first came to campus, I was hoping to get involved in the women's basketball program in some way, and I applied to be a manager, and I thought that would be an awesome opportunity, super excited. And then I got an email about walk-on tryouts. I'm like, oh, this would be a great way to go meet other girls to play pickup with. I had no idea it would lead to any of this, trust me. But I'm so glad it has. And after that, that's how I met some of the women's basketball people and how I got connected to be a team manager for the program. So I started doing that first semester of my freshman year. And then, as you probably know the story last year with the 4 ACL tears, they just needed another practice player kind of thing. So I turned from a manager to a walk-on and got the opportunity to go in some games, just help the team out any way I could. And that was an incredible ride, obviously ending with the championship last season, which was amazing. And then same thing this year, kind of just some injuries happened and they needed someone to step up. So, I mean, I'm here to be whatever they need me to be, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this program in any way. Kind of going between the manager and walk-on role, I mean, it is a different type of thing I'm doing, but it's still being around the same girls every day and just being around the team. And for me, that was such a valuable thing. And again, I guess my passion for basketball and how much I just love the sport kind of made that seem easy. Not really something I thought about a ton, just because every day it wasn't about what I could do. It was just about kind of getting out and playing the game I love every day and just being around it in any way.
Basketball has given me everything in my life. It's given me a chance to get a college education. Gives my families to take trips to these cool tournaments we go to, and most importantly, my relationships with the people I've met throughout the years, and Coach Izzo down to my junior high coach. It's provided me with great relationships with teammates and guys that I'll be talking to for the rest of my life.
Basketball has provided me with just obviously the education portion of it is huge, and also just the relationships I was able to build with my teammates, guys on different teams that go to my school, like the football team and the soccer team. There's also just the relationships that I'm able to build outside of, athletics, and I believe that's huge, just being able to go and meet new people, especially at a big university like Ohio State, and just kind of get your network around and just see the way different people think and react to things.
I'd say basketball provided me with, the opportunity just to be around good people and meet people that can help me in life and give me a free education and be able to somewhat set myself up for a better life.
It has offered me opportunity to go to college, to leave my hometown, travel the world, build outstanding relationships and friendships. I'm forever grateful and owe a lot of gratitude to the game of basketball and to God for putting the basketball in my hands. So basketball has really blessed me a lot.
And we are back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins have a 5-point lead at the start of half number 2 from the Tank and Nick. Dolphins built the lead as high as 11 points in that first half. It slipped away just a bit late in that first half, but overall, TJ Tibbs happy with the way his team performed.
Yeah, good ending to the first half, except for the actual ending for the Dolphins where they allowed the half-court heave to go in, be banked in for 3. So nice job there by the New Haven Chargers head coach Ted Hoteling in his 13th season, able to get his team to triple deficit there. So 33-28 as we begin the second half here. Leading scorers, Keith Warren for the Chargers. He had 2 3-pointers, and Messiah Mallory had 12 points in that half as well. And J.G. Chestnut, you'd mentioned it before, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists.
And JJ will get the first touch for the Dolphins here in the second half. He has it now on the wing, 12 to shoot. And JJ takes it right to the basket for the first points of the second half. Dolphins lead it by 7.
4 seconds to get it across here for the Chargers.
They do call a 10-second violation. I was a bit surprised there, Nick.
Well, the ball was in the air, but it did not cross half court before 10 seconds. So a good call by the officials. Good defense by the Dolphins.
I thought they had it just in time, but the Dolphins' defensive pressure continuing to pay off. As even when they haven't forced turnovers, they've made things very tough on the Chargers, getting it across the timeline. This is Waterman. And he had it stripped away, but Goldstein tracks it down for CSI. Waterman steps back in the corner. Short. And the loose ball was tipped right to Thomas. Thomas out to Warren. He had a big first half early. Scored 8 points in the opening minutes. Did not score again. And St. Fercy knocks down the 3.
St. Fercy, long-range shot with the defender near him, but he's still able to knock it in.
McAllister. For Mallory along the baseline. Messiah drives and finds McAllister. Now Jordan picks up his dribble and gives it up to Chestnut. Chestnut defended closely by Thomas. Throws one up and in.
A circus-like shot there, but Chestnut 4 points here early on in the second half.
Chestnut with an acrobatic finish over Thomas as the Dolphins pressure continuing to make things tough on the Chargers. St. Fercy too strong on the floater, and Chestnut has the rebound. And a double dribble was called as the Dolphins turn it over. St. Fercy swings it over to King. Kick out by St. Fercy, almost threw it out of bounds over Warren. Warren into the corner for Thomas. Thomas jab steps and is short on the three-point attempt. Dolphins look to push. Chestnut to the basket, and he lays it in.
6 points, and now he's got 6 points in this half, 10 overall in this game.
Feed inside, Hobson over Mallory, and he puts it in. Goldstein for 3. Air ball. Warren right to the rim, and he was not met by a single Dolphin. Just like that, it's back to a 4-point game. And Chestnut was fouled.
Chargers foul number 1, Keith Warren, his second, team's first.
39-35 here. And some love subs now for the Dolphins. One sub with Laddie coming in.
Laddie joins McAllister, Waterman, Chestnut, and Mallory as Bryce Waterman rattles in a 3.
Difficult three-point shot, and he knocks that one down, his first three-pointer of the game.
Very rare that Bryce hits his first 3 in the second half. This is King directing traffic. 12 on the shot clock. St. Fercy to the basket, right at Mallory, and he lays it in with the left hand.
Strong, tough finish there by him.
Mallory draws the foul. Both teams very aggressive, attacking the middle against the opposition. Mallory going right to the rim. He was met by Thomas, draws the contact. I should say Hobson, excuse me, but nonetheless, timeout on the floor for a media break. 15:44 to go, second half. Dolphins lead it 42-37.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later. Got 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
And we're back from the tank where the Dolphins lead it 42-37. 15:44 to go in the second half. At the line for CSI is Messiah Mallory for 2 shots after he was fouled on that last attempt. And Messiah's first free throw is good. He entered the day a 76% free throw shooter. No Dolphin coming in had attempted more than 30 free throws this year. And Mallory goes 2 for 2. J.J. Chestnut coming in had 28 free throw attempts. I never would have guessed that sharing the team lead in free throw attempts with Chestnut, Adelaide Oyekanmi, as Hobson throws down that dunk. And
that's
the Chargers beat the press.
That's going to put some charges to the Chargers bench.
That's one way to beat the press. And Mallory can't get the lefty layup to go. New Haven looks to run. King up the floor. Finds a wide open Thomas. No good from 3. And Mallory was fouled. St. Fercy contacted him on the way down. Five-point game as we approach 15 minutes to play. Chestnut finds McAllister. McAllister wanted to give it back to Chestnut, instead threw it away. Pull up by Simon, no good. And rebounded off the tip by Laddie. Laddie tied up. Jump ball called. And possession arrow favors the Chargers. Until very late in that first half, there weren't that many points scored. Two teams have slowed down a bit offensively these last couple of minutes. Dolphins really forcing the Chargers to utilize the entire shot clock every time they get it across half court.
For the most part, really strong defense by the Dolphins the last 13 minutes of game action.
Right there, they force a tough shot. Here comes Laddie on the break. And Laddie can't get the bank shot to go. But Mallory was able to deflect it off of St. Fercy.
So Dolphins will maintain possession here.
Waterman just beyond the free throw line. Finds Chestnut in the corner. Now Mallory with 10 to shoot. This is Clancy. Back out to Waterman. Bryce off the crossover, spins. Finds Clancy in the corner, and he knocks it down.
Tough shot from Clancy, who was really deep in the corner over there. Had to fade away and lean back in towards the basket to shoot that, and knocks down the three.
Timeout called by New Haven. So we'll head to break with 13:56 to go in the second half. Dolphins lead at 47-39. And we're back with 13:56 to go in the game. Dolphins' lead is now 8 points following that last three from the corner by Chris Clancy. Ted Hotaling didn't like that and called a timeout as the Dolphins got that look late in the shot clock. Clancy given just a bit too much space. Chargers talk it over, and they now have it with 13 to shoot. This is King. Drops it off, and the shot won't go for Hobson, who tries again off the offensive rebound. And again, the shot stifled. Last touched. Initially ruled by the Chargers.
Coach Hotaling thought it was off the Dolphins. Nevertheless, it'll be Dolphins ball, and they have a chance to extend this lead to double digits right now.
Dolphins led by double digits very briefly late in the first half as Chestnut turned it over. Here comes King to the rim, and his layup won't go. Chargers have missed quite a few shots around the rim. This is Mallory in the corner. Goes at Hobson, spins, and the hook is short. Simmons found a man on the backdoor cut. That is St. Furcy in the corner, and he hits the triple.
Chargers needed that. Big three-pointer.
Chestnut into the corner for Clancy. That was a bit of a reckless pass there. It was easily tipped. Now inside of 10 to shoot. Mallory is off the mark from the mid-range, and St. Furcy has the rebound. King for Hobson. Back out to Simmons. Now King surveys and brings it back to the outside. Shot clock at 12. Simmons for three. And that's good. It's a 2-point game.
Chargers shooting their way back into this one from downtown.
Chestnut cross court to Clancy, who lays it up and in. Pass up the floor to a wide open St. Fercy in the corner. Three-pointer won't go. And the foul was committed by Sean Braithwaite as he took down Laddie, who would grab the rebound. Media timeout inside of 12 minutes. 11:20 on the clock in the second half. The Dolphins' lead has been trimmed down to 4. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we're back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead it by 4 points. 11:20 on the clock in the second half. CSI pulled ahead by 9 again, but New Haven came right back, and they've cut the lead back down to 4. And Waterman very quickly whistled for a travel.
He will quickly head to the bench. As Clancy will check in for him.
Hobson picked up his dribble and launches it up the floor. St. Fercy drew a foul.
Oh, boy.
He's having some fun with the fans.
St. Fercy getting into it with the Goldstein family over here.
It's always great to see that interaction directly over our right shoulder each game. Goldstein's always interacting with the players.
Goldstein's eating some McDonald's right now, and they are loving it.
Good choice. May have to pick up some for my post-game meal.
I don't know. I don't know about that, Joe. No Nonsense Nino is really looking forward to heading over to Buffalo Wild Wings with you.
They're not a sponsor, Nick. We can't do that.
They're a sponsor of the Foreman Faithful, the Foreman Fanatics.
My bloodline. That free throw is good.
You guys could head over to Jimmy Max. Jimmy Max, one of our sponsors, who hosted a great holiday party.
Another one?
They hosted a great holiday party.
I was going to say, we're heading back for New Year's.
It was. I could say that that night at Jimmy Max, it was a blue moon all over the floor. Thanks to you.
It's a 2-point game. Chargers get 2 free throws from Ethan Simmons. And the Dolphins now looking for a big basket here, and they can't get it on that attempt by McAllister. St. Fercy thought about the 3, and he knocks it down for the lead.
He points right at the Goldstein family and shows him the 3 fingers. Ay, ay, ay.
Thankfully, it was 3 fingers and not 1, as that floater is good. Chris Clancy puts the Dolphins back in front by 1. Everyone having a good time at the Tank today. Nice crowd for a game during the holiday recess, as that shot won't go. Oyakonmi has the rebound. Here comes Goldstein up the floor. Oyakonmi out to Clancy. Deep 3-pointer is short. And a foul was called on Oyakanmi.
Dolphins now only up by 1. Their big lead gone. So great coaching by Coach Hoteling. And the Chargers right now have a chance to take the lead.
Dolphins clinging to a 1-point advantage. Hobson, top of the arc, swings it to King. Hobson gets it back and was fouled by Clancy.
Dolphins foul number 14, Chris Clancy, his first, team's fourth.
So Hobson will go to the free throw line here with a chance to tie and then give his team the lead.
And that free throw ties the game. One more from the line for Hobson. That's way too strong. We're all tied at 51, just over 9 minutes to play. Goldstein uses the Oyakanmi screen and throws a bad pass, which is stolen by King. And King lays it up and in, Chargers ahead by 2.
Chargers with their biggest lead of the half. 2 points.
Goldstein sent it inside to Oyakanmi, but a whistle came first. And it's a foul against the Chargers.
Chargers foul number 4, John Mackay King, his third, team's fifth.
Goldstein inbounds to McAllister. And the mid-range shot rattles out. Oyakanmi's offensive rebound negated by another loose ball foul. I think that's his second in the last 3 possessions.
Yes, it is.
Dolphins substitutions coming onto the floor. Chestnut, Waterman, Mallory in. Michael and Adelaide Oyakanmi out, along with Aaron Goldstein. St. Fercy accelerates and lays it in. Chargers with their largest lead.
Nice job by him there to take it to the rim.
Clancy, too strong from way downtown. Hobson has the rebound. King to the basket.
Goaltending?
No. Now, that certainly is a goaltend. And I'm not sure they called it, Nick, because the backboard was emphatically swatted by Mallory, and the entire frame of the basket began shaking.
I guess they
now
said the shot was.
You are allowed to hit the backboard. You are allowed to hit the backboard, but the entire basket began swaying. That was some emphatic swat. Free throw no good by King. He has one more coming. And King goes 0 for 2. So the Dolphins catch a break there. Waterman, no good. And Chestnut tips it right to Hobson.
Nothing going the Dolphins' way right now.
The Dolphins have gone ice cold from 3. They started 2 of 13. They're now 7 of 22, but many of those makes came late in the first half, early in the second half. Not much since, as we head to immediate timeout. Inside of 8 minutes to play now. 7:56 on the clock. The Dolphins trail 55-51. 7:56 to go from the tank. Dolphins trail 55-51, and it is New Haven basketball with 16 to shoot. Inbound goes to Simon. Now Hobson. Simon given space, and he knocks down a three. Chargers now lead it by 7. They're on an 8-0 run. Dolphins led it 51-50, have not scored since. Messiah Mallory looking to change that here. Kicks out to Clancy. Now Waterman with 12 to shoot. No good from 3, and Mallory tips the rebound right to himself. Waterman backing down, and he traveled. No question about it.
A young fan telling the Dolphins to get their head in the game. To my side here.
Aspiring coach, perhaps. We have aspiring officials scattered throughout the bleachers every game.
Remember last year we had an aspiring photographer who was sending off flashes during the game.
Can't do that. Chargers leading by 7 have it with just over 7 minutes to play. Dolphins getting to that territory where they're going to need some stops. As that 3 rolls off the rim. St. Fercy is beginning to heat up from downtown. 3 of 6 before that last try. This is Clancy. Over to Mallory. He gets it right back. Clancy has gone cold. He's now 2 of 5 from 3. As Mallory will try the fadeaway, no good. And Simon has the rebound. Dolphins ice cold from the field now. And King has really been struggling around the basket. He's now 3 of 10. As that was kicked by Thomas, wisely so. He prevented an open 3. Dolphins will inbound from the sideline with 24 on the shot clock. Goes to Waterman. And now Chestnut. JJ looks to attack, draws contact, and will head to the line.
Chestnut early on, he had the 6 quick points this half for the Dolphins, and pretty much since then it's been all Chargers for the most part.
Well, they're going to say JJ was not yet in the act of shooting, so no free throws, and the Dolphins will inbound. Chestnut sends it out to McAllister. McAllister crosses over. Good defense there by Thomas, and better offense by Jordan.
Great job by McAllister to knock down that shot, and we'll head to a break.
Thomas did not move at all as Jordan tried to back him down, but McAllister went to the turnaround, buried it, and the Dolphins are back to within 5. 6:06 to go in the second half.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Just over 6 minutes to play here at the College of Staten Island. The Dolphins trail by 5. CSI snapped an 8-0 run for the University of New Haven last time down the floor. Dolphins now looking for a stop. Instead, they give up a wide-open 3, but it won't go. Rebound goes to Thomas off the miss by Braithwaite. And the Chargers got a fresh 20-second shot clock out of it. They're down to 10 seconds to shoot. And I think the Chargers certainly got away with a travel there. The Dolphins bench thought so. And Thomas turns that break into 3 points.
Thomas has been pretty quiet this afternoon, but a loud shot there.
He was 1 of 5 before that last attempt. Just 2 points. But he comes through there with a big 3, and the lead goes right back to 8 for New Haven as the Chargers just picked up their 17th foul. So now J.J. Chestnut will head to the line. Chestnut with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. 2 of 2 from the stripe thus far. And the free throw is good. Chestnut goes 1 of 2 from the line, but he grabs his own miss. Feed inside from McAllister. He can't get the layup to go. And St. Fercy has the rebound.
A lot of bodies there all over McAllister as he tried to put that shot up.
Thomas kicks it out. Hobson backing down. Braithwaite left open, and he traveled.
The aspiring officials are really happy with the way the officials called that play.
Perhaps aspiring cheerleaders?
It's a great job, ref.
Team referee. Under 5 minutes to play. Chestnut brings it across the timeline. Now McAllister surveys the floor and finds Waterman. Mallory for 3. Way short off the front rim. McAllister tries to save it, but he throws it right to Hobson. St. Fercy to the rim, and the finger roll is good.
9-point lead now for the Chargers.
And if you're McAllister trying to throw that pass, you can't throw it over Mallory's head. So Waterman will draw a foul, but worst case, it's stolen in front of Mallory, and you have a man between the ball and your own basket. That time he threw it into the backcourt. Bryce Waterman to the line. Believe he was fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2 shots. And he buries the first. Both teams got off to a bit of a slow start shooting. The Chargers have picked it up. They're now north of 44% and 43.5% from 3. The Dolphins shooting just 38% in the game and 28% from downtown. As Waterman rattles in both free throws. Dolphins back to within 7, 4:11 to play. King. Bounce pass for Hobson, over to Thomas, and an acrobatic finish by Thomas.
Well, Thomas making his presence felt here the last few minutes when his team needed him.
Mallory wide open for 3, and Messiah knocks it down.
Well, Joe, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I got to assume this is a career high in 3-point attempts for Messiah Mallory.
It feels like he's taken more, but surprisingly, that's just number 5. He's hit 3 of them. St. Fercy drops it off, and Hobson puts it in. Dolphins beginning to pay for their press a bit here. A couple of easy baskets have come from it. Clancy out to McAllister, and Jordan was fouled.
He's going to go to the line.
That's team foul number 9, so a 1-and-1 trip to the line for McAllister when we come back from this media timeout. It will be our final media timeout in this game with 3:20 on the clock. New Haven leads Staten Island 67-59.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
.320 on the clock here at the Tank. And Jordan McAllister at the line for the Dolphins with 2 big free throws upcoming. CSI trails 67-59 as we are in the midst of the closing minutes. And McAllister hits the first free throw. One more from the line for McAllister. And those are 2 big makes. It's now a 2-possession game, with the Dolphins trailing 67-61. Dolphins continue to pressure the length of the floor. Michael Oyekanmi into the game, along with his brother Adelaide Oyekanmi. Dolphins may look to go defense for offense late in this game. That duo, a very formidable pairing defensively, joined by Mallory, Shamar Laddie, and Jordan McAllister. Simmons drives the baseline and finds an open Thomas, and he knocks down another 3.
Thomas snuck open there, and he nails the shot.
Mallory can't answer, but a foul is called underneath against the Dolphins. That's team foul number 7. And you said it before, Nick, late in this game, after a bit of a slow start, Devontre Thomas making his presence felt, has hit big shots when it's mattered most.
Looking towards the leading scorer, who had a great game the last time he was here at the Tank.
It's often hard for me to look back on recent matchups between 2 teams and account for the games on the road. The last impression many of these players make comes in games we've called. I almost forgot that these 2 teams met last year during the pregame. As St. Fercy rattles in the free throw, and the Chargers now lead by double figures. Second free throw, no good. Dolphins will have to begin to think about working quickly here. Most important thing right now is to make sure they come away with points each trip down the floor. This is Mallory to the rim. Count it! And 1.
Well, that helps, Joe.
Sure does.
And the defensive unit will get ready to check back in.
Mallory right into the teeth of the New Haven defense, converts through the contact, and that is a huge basket for the Dolphins with 2.5 minutes to play. We've seen it in this game, Nick. The Dolphins have attempted 27 threes. A lot of those have been tougher attempts. Not many open looks from beyond the arc.
Well, if you're coming in to play the Dolphins, the scouting report is going to be, if you stop the 3, you can win. And that is what the Chargers are able to do, get hands in the face and force the tough 3-point attempts for the Dolphins.
Dolphins 15 for 29 on 2-point attempts. They've shot it well, above 50% from inside the arc, but New Haven has really done a good job of limiting open threes. Dolphins now in need of some late stops. 10 to shoot. King has it for New Haven. Now Simmons, he looks up at the shot clock. Driving on Oyekanmi, and he runs over Mallory, but I think the foul came before that.
Came on Michael Oyekanmi, I believe.
Now Oyekanmi picked up the foul just inside of the free throw line, and the Dolphins will now have to hope for a missed free throw or 2, as Simmons will head to the line for a 1-and-1. free throw is good. One more coming for Simmons. Two for two trip to the line for Simmons. Sean Braithwaite will check in.
9-point game with 2 minutes left. It's imperative the Dolphins get a point in every possession here moving forward if they want to tie this game.
Goldstein with a big crossover. Finds a cutting Chestnut who almost lost the ball. And JJ finishes with the left hand. Great dexterity, always demonstrated by JJ Chestnut. He can finish with the left, he can finish with the right, and he has his full complement of moves around the rim available to him with both hands.
Yeah, I was going to say before you said it that he's great with the left hand, great with the right hand. He had to go to the left there, lays it in, big basket. 7-point game.
And JJ also always with great body control around the basket. Never gets moving downhill out of control. And has always done a great job finding the open man. Has 5 assists in this game to go along with 13 points and 7 rebounds. Messiah Mallory, double-double, 20 and 10 for him. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, perfect from the line.
Mallory certainly will get nominated for the ECC Player of the Week. We'll see how the committee formulates their opinion if the Dolphins end up losing this game, but a strong game for him in victory on Thursday.
If the Dolphins can come back, I think he has a great shot at it. A lot of teams won't play 2 games this week, and I think that always helps your case.
2 games in 3 days, a rarity during the season.
I'm not sure we've ever had 2 games in 3 days. As the Dolphins will force the Chargers to inbound again. Only 1 second came off the clock. TJ Tibbs waving Messiah Mallory up to the half-court line. Hobson all alone down the floor. And that's a foul on Mallory. Now, you have to think
that's what they wanted.
That was what they wanted. And I think that's a wise play. Hobson's had a tough time from the line. And that's the 9th team foul for CSI. So if Hobson misses the first, you get it right back. And I think that's good coaching by TJ Tibbs. He knew exactly what he was doing there. We've seen Hobson miss a couple of free throws badly. And you know he'll be laser focused here. They were daring New Haven to throw the ball to him. First is good. Perfect. One more free throw coming with 1:45 to play. And Hobson calmly makes both.
Big free throws for Hobson.
Chestnut drives the baseline, and he converts through the contact, and one. That is not what you wanted if you're New Haven. That's as easy as it gets. 3 points with less than 10 seconds coming off the clock, if JJ can make this free throw. Chestnut rattles in the free throw. He will head right back to the bench. Shamar Laddie into the game.
Still a 2-possession game here after that free throw.
Chargers get it in. And timeout was called by the New Haven bench. And that's a good timeout by Ted Hoteling, as it looked like King was about to get tied up in a double team. Possession arrow does favor the Dolphins, so they have that working for them.
Smart timeout call by Hoteling there from the Chargers.
Now, I don't think TJ liked that the Chargers were awarded the timeout. But you could see the respect he has for the Chargers head coach. That was demonstrated, obviously, during your conversation with him at halftime. And they've been going back and forth in this game in terms of coaching adjustments late in this game. We saw that on the last Chargers inbound, the Dolphins forcing New Haven to inbound the ball to their big man, Hobson, who hit both free throws. And clearly, whatever adjustments the Chargers made at halftime in this game worked. And to be honest with you, Nick, I haven't seen that much different from New Haven in the second half. I think they've continued to challenge the Dolphins to make difficult shots from beyond the arc.
And the Chargers have made more of their shots from beyond the arc.
Exactly. They've just shot it better.
Yeah.
Here in the second half. That's really been a big difference in half number 2.
I think Sean Hargrave's going to come in the game now for the Dolphins, I guess, for defense. But the question is here, Joe, at what point do the Dolphins have to start shooting some threes here on offense?
Well, I think the best thing you could do here is force the Chargers to have a very difficult time getting it across half court.
That's why Hargrave's in at 6'8" to try to give some trouble for the inbound pass here.
Give the Chargers a hard time getting it across the timeline and make sure you come away with a stop. It's a 2-possession game. You don't have to foul. Be sure not to foul late in the shot clock. And that's not a terrible thing either. Foul right away. Now, I'll get you the free throw numbers for Thomas. I'm not sure that's the man you want to foul.
I don't think so.
79% from the line for Thomas. But if you're going to foul there, you foul right away.
2 shots from here on out with 10 fouls apiece on both teams.
Kurt Manesi wanted to hear the crowd make some noise.
Well, the cheerleaders are behind him, so
typically they're on the floor, but they don't have their full complement.
The crowd is very quiet here today, outside of the Goldstein family.
Never a dull moment over our right shoulder. They sit directly next to us every game. As Thomas goes 1 of 2, the Dolphins will take that. 90 seconds to play.
Got to score quick here.
Chestnut had it poked away and is able to swat it over to Goldstein. Goldstein wanted that 3. Instead, Waterman will drive baseline. He kicks out. Goldstein from beyond the arc. No good. Mallory chases it down, saves it, and Simmons is there waiting. And Waterman will commit the foul.
With these free throws here, upcoming from Simmons, it could ice the game.
2 free throws would make it a 3-possession game, and from there, CSI cannot afford to allow another basket. First free throw good. And Coach Tibbs said it at halftime. The Chargers, the best 3-7 team you'll see. And you have to think that with back-to-back wins coming in, and if they close this one out, they'd now have 3 straight. They're going to be a very dangerous team moving forward, a team to watch. Don't let the record fool you. Feed inside goes to Mallory. He is rejected by Hobson, but Chestnut follows the miss and puts it in and 1.
Well, good job there by JJ on the follow-up.
Dolphins will not go away, Nick. Chance to make it a 2-possession game again. And what a game for JJ Chestnut. He has 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the free throw is good. Laddie in, Chestnut out. 1:02 to play. And we're at that point now where the Dolphins are in desperate need of a turnover somewhere.
Need a turnover. You can't with the fouls here and the free throws. It's going to be tough.
And they got it. Errant pass on the inbound.
You speak it into existence, Joe. That's called manifestation.
Well, I'm not a believer in manifestation, but Joe Stradamus strikes again. It will be Dolphins basketball with 1:01 to play. 1 second came off the clock. And now, Dolphins certainly do not need a 3. They probably will at some point, but it does not have to be right now. Waterman will try it, and he's short. That was tipped by Chestnut, pulled in by St. Fercy. And watch out. That's technical foul.
Foul. Who tossed it up? It was obviously a charger.
We'll get a replay on it.
We'll get free throws from both teams.
I have never seen that before. But that ball was launched into the rafters. And we're going to get a look at it in just a moment. Here it is. That was St. Fercy. He almost took out his teammate. And Waterman will get 2 free throws. What a swing.
First free throw good from Waterman. Missed on the replay, but this is huge. But the Chargers are still going to shoot.
Well, Bryce hits both. So effectively,
could be a watch.
Effectively, the Dolphins score on their last possession. And now they send St. Fercy to the line. You have to think that CSI probably would have fouled anyway.
Now, what was he tossing up for? He thought he was going to get a shot attempt when he was fouled?
There was no reason for it. He didn't think twice about it. And now he misses the free throw.
Kurt on the bench calling for some noise.
The crowd is coming to life now. And St. Fercy misses both.
What a swing if the Dolphins could score here.
A basket here makes it a 1-possession game, and Chestnut can't finish. Thomas has the rebound, and he is fouled. An aggressive move to the rim by J.J. Chestnut, and he's the man that you wanted taking that shot. The way he's played today, he's been so strong around the basket. That time could not draw the whistle, could not finish. And now Thomas heads to the line where he makes the first.
Dolphins are going to have to look for a 3, I would think, on this next offensive possession.
One more free throw upcoming for Thomas. And it's now a 6-point game. Timeout has been called, I believe, by New Haven. That would be their last. That is their last. So the Dolphins will get a chance here to draw something up. Now, if you're CSI with 46.5, if you diagram a play to get a 3-point shot here and make it, you won't have to foul.
Right, you could play it out because it would be a 1-possession game, down 3.
I think that's probably the move here.
I think that's what they should be doing.
We'll see if Coach Tibbs agrees. They certainly have the shooters. Mallory, Chestnut, Clancy, Waterman, and McAllister, or I should say Goldstein, the 5 in the middle of that huddle, which leads you to believe that's the 5 coming in. So that will indeed be the 5. Chestnut, Mallory, Goldstein, Clancy, Waterman. Dolphins will have to go the length of the floor here, and that will take some valuable time off the clock. Chestnut receives the inbound and is taking his time across half court. JJ will look to attack, and he scores. And that was a well-diagrammed set to get 2 quick points.
Yeah. See if they try to force a turnover here or just foul.
Dolphins cleared out the center of the lane very well. Thomas in a bit of trouble. Here comes Simon, and the Dolphins have to foul here. They have not yet, and Waterman finally will with 25 seconds to play.
13 seconds off the clock there.
So Simon will head to the line. 2 shots, and the Dolphins now need to hope for some missed free throws. They'll need them with limited time remaining. Free throw is good.
What do you think, Joe? They're going to try for a 3 now?
I think they have to, unless he misses this. And now they certainly have to. It's still a 6-point game. Dolphins have to have a 3 here. Clancy will try it, and he throws up an air ball. That should do it.
Not the best look there, but had to rush with the time.
No question. Dolphins keeping that timeout in their back pocket. I agree with that. I think you need to save that for a potential game-tying shot, or at least a shot.
Try to foul Hobson again if they throw it the length of the court, as Mallory's at half court again.
And they'll foul Thomas, so.
Smart move by the Chargers to get the ball into Thomas's hands.
Devontre Thomas, a quiet first half. If he makes these free throws, he's right at his scoring average of 15 points. Best players always find a way to make it to their scoring average. Very rare. You'll see those guys with an off night where they score in single digits. The Chargers in this game have 4 players in double figures. And I think you'd argue their hottest offensive player to start the game was Keith Warren. We've barely seen him in the second half.
It's a 3-point shooter, and they didn't need the 3-pointer much here in the late of the game.
Waterman drives baseline and lays it in. It's back to a 6-point game, and CSI will use their final timeout. So if you're a believer, Dolphins obviously have to have a steal off of this inbound and then need a quick 3-pointer. That's the only path left for CSI with 12.6 on the clock.
See what they're able to draw up here in the huddle as far as being able to get the steal.
After this game, the Dolphins will have a week off, and then they will return to the tank next Saturday at 2 p.m. That is a single non-conference game for men's basketball. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday when women's basketball returns to the tank.
It's going to be a quiet January here in the tank. 3 games, I believe. The 2 singles next week and the 20th.
The week of the 20th, we have 2 conference doubleheaders. But it is a quiet January. Before you know it, Nick, baseball and softball will be gearing up to get started.
Don't remind me, I'm cold enough in here today.
It is very cold in here today, and it's funny because when we were setting up, I commented on how warm it was in here. And
somebody
at
must
some
have heard
point
you.
Between now and then, they definitely turn the air on. It must be set to a timer for the game. That has to be the case because it has gotten very cold in here. Sure, on the court it feels great, but when you're in the seating area, it's a bit chilly. Just a bit. 11 seconds left. Thomas can put this one away with a free throw, and he does. 3-possession game. Dolphins in the second half had just a few bad minutes, and that's when New Haven built that double-digit lead.
For the last, 5 minutes of this game, it's been foul after foul after foul, so not much basketball action late down the stretch here. And that's going to do it as Thomas steals that pass.
And the University of New Haven comes into the tank and defeats the College of Staten Island 86-78. For the Dolphins, that snaps their 2-game winning streak. And this game is the 3rd of 5 straight non-conference matchups for the Dolphins. As I mentioned before, the next one will be here at home on Saturday, January 6th, as the Dolphins will host Franklin Pierce University. That game will tip off at 2 p.m. The Dolphins then wrap up their non-conference stretch on the road at the University of Bridgeport 3 days later on January 9th. So, Nick, for you and I, this is our final broadcast of 2023. We'd like to wish everyone watching a happy new year and hope that all of you enjoy the new year as much as we will in the next couple of days. Again, our next broadcast will be coming up shortly after New Year's, as we are back here on Wednesday. Women's basketball, non-conference action against Post University. That game tips off at 5:30. Once again, this has been Joe Foreman, my broadcast partner Nick Durst, our camera operator Pat Gilorenzo, and our engineer Tyler Clark. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in 2024.